You might not find a shuttered office building or a furloughed worker, but pick any town in any county and you will find an opinion on the federal government shutdown. In Bergen County, New Jersey, just outside of New York City, signs of the shutdown are no less notable than many places in the U.S. And while some may argue that looking for political fallout in the midst of the crisis is a fool's errand, county party leaders say that they're already starting to see that the political impasse in Washington is leaving its mark with voters here in Bergen. Bergen County Republican Chairman Bob Uden says that the party needs to recognize that its fight against Obamacare is no longer viable.
Through the legislative process, through the democratic process, the House voted for Obamacare, the Senate voted for Obamacare, the President signed it into law, and the Supreme Court said it was constitutional. Therefore, it borders on anarchy for a small minority of my party, and I would say the same thing if it were the Democrats, for my party to say, this is a law we don't agree with, therefore we're not going to obey it.
Uden worries that if the impasse continues and the blame falls more and more at the feet of House Republicans, the future of the party will become increasingly shaky.
If we allow them to continue, there's a possibility we're going to go the way of the Whigs and not be relevant anymore. We lost the election. We have to obey the law.
For Bergen County Democrats, they see this chapter as a liability for the district's Republican representative, Scott Garrett.
I think Congressman Scott Garrett will have some competition coming his way, which he's never had before.
But Ray Rinaldi, one of the co-founders of the New Jersey Tea Party Coalition, says the hardline stance by House Republicans and the subsequent shutdown has only motivated her more.
You know, Reagan said, if you blur the line, what's the difference? So if you can't stand up for principle and you're going to play a political chess game, well, I'm going to go with the guy who's standing up for principle, even if you lose.
As each day passes and the stakes in Washington continue to rise, contemplating the logjam, whether in Bergen County, New Jersey, or any county in the country, raises perhaps a much more confounding question about the future of American governance. What will ultimately be of greater value to the players? Politics or principle?
I just think that you have to stand up for principle. And it's funny, during the Revolutionary War, there was only 20% of the people that fought in the Revolutionary War. There were people that were apathetic, people that were sided with the British, and the rest fought. 20%, only 20%. And the outcome of that, we won.
Christopher Booker, Financial Times, Bergen County, New Jersey.